Jesus Christ. How's it going, citizens of the Reject Nation? John here for another solo movie reaction, and this is what I've been looking forward to for a long time because, as many of you know, but some of you probably don't, over on Patreon we cover a bunch of TV shows and movies and whatnot, and a lot of that stuff is anime-related, or at least a good, sort of section of it is dedicated to anime, and this was a show that I've been following for the first season, took a break when the season ended, and since have been, just sort of occupied with a whole bunch of other things, and it's taken me a while to get to this point, but it was always part of the plan to check out Mugen Train, the smash hit Demon Slayer movie. This is a bit of a risk because, as you'll notice, we don't really cover a ton of anime here on YouTube. It's a pretty tricky process, and we have received copyright strikes in the past for attempting to do so, which take 6 months or more to get removed from your account. They can be a big pain in the behind, and so this video in and of itself is a bit of a risk. So if you're seeing it, that means we did it! So leave a like while you can. That would be very much appreciated. Helps out the channel. Leave a comment with your thoughts or anything that you feel the need to correct me on or enlighten me about. There's probably going to be a few of those moments as well. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you can keep track of anything and everything we have coming out that you might be interested in. And of course, as I mentioned before, if you want to get the full experience with me, come on over to patreon.com/therealrejects. Bring your own copy. Sync up with the time code. Get the complete experience, plus check out all of our other shows and movies that we have over there, music videos and such. We got reaction highlights as well as full-length watch-alongs for a bunch of that stuff. And last but certainly not least, thank you to the team over at Prepper for doing the reaction highlights on this video, on countless other videos across the channel. They are hugely instrumental in everything you see before you in these reaction videos, so much love to Prepper. And without further ado, I got my Muzan Kibutsuji hat right here ready to go. It's definitely gonna stay on for the entire video. Just you watch. Let's do this. So beautiful. God. God, just like the whole artwork on this show, all the environments and stuff, like, is absolutely gorgeous.
鬼による被害の報告を7件受けている。鬼殺隊の子供たちは今この時も最前線で鬼に立ち向かう。
God, these like subtle shadows and stuff too.
とりあえず刀は背中に隠そう。やば、もう出発だ。
Come on, kids, hop aboard. Lens flare, like all the subtle flourishes.
すみません。いいからこっち来いバカ。はい。
Someone's getting a model train for Christmas.
おばあさん、これでいい？
ありがとう。
すまないね。
いえ、これくらいお安いご用です。
Because I'm about to save your asses from demons in a few minutes. It's literally the least I could do.
柱だっけ？その煉獄さん。顔とかちゃんとわかるのか？うん。
You recognize his hair. Yeah, see?
近づけばわかると思う。
うまい! Jeez, man. I gotta watch a whole making of just on how they do these kinds of shots. Like, wow.
うまい。
すみません。
うまい。
煉獄さん。う
まい。
Oh, hey there.
春日井ガラスからの伝達で無限列車の被害が拡大した。現地にいる煉獄さんと合流するようにと命じられました。
うん、そういうことか。承知した。
はい。
I did not assume that was the case.
鬼出るんですかこの汽車。
出る。
出んのかい。
I mean, what, you think you were sent here, man? I missed you most of all, Zenitsu.
切符拝見いたします。
切符を確認して切り込みを入れてくれるんだ。
なんだろう。嫌な匂いがする。
Yeah, this guy's dead, man. This guy's like rotting already. Ooh! Wasting no time, boy. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. First come, first served. For a second, I thought it said first severed. Ah, yeah. Wowie. That was awesome, bro. Oh, now you want to be the apprentice. Oh, look at those two. Both of those two. Oh, dude. Oh! What's up, thing?
準備が整うまで頑張ってね。幸せな夢を見るために。はい。
Oh, so twisted.
じゃあおかえり。炭売れた
？Oh, buddy.
夢を見ながら死ねる。
Sound effect.
人間の原動力は心だ。精神だ。
So nasty, but so cool.
縄でつなぐのは腕ですか？
These poor kids.
ほら、やめなさいよ。
何か悪い夢でも見てたみたいだ。
Little do you know.
探検隊探検隊俺たち洞窟探検隊俺たち洞窟探検隊探検隊探検隊
Of course, the mighty train. The mighty train-to-pede.
こっち来いほらやつやのどんぐりやるからほら
This is definitely my favorite dream.
俺は何をしに来た？父上へ報告だ。柱になったことを。
柱になったからなんだ。どうせ大したものにはなれないんだ。お前も俺も。
Jesus. Thank you for the encouragement, Dad.
どんな道を歩んでもお前は立派な人間になる。燃えるような情熱を胸に頑張ろう。頑張って生きていこう。寂しくとも。
It's a nice scene.
俺が見せる夢の世界は無限ではない。夢の外側には無意識の領域があり、そこに精神の核が存在する。それを破壊しろ。
Oh.
夢の持ち主は廃人となる。
Oh, that's messed up. It's very creatively messed up.
私も幸せな夢を見せてもらうんだ。
Oh, wow.
目を壊せば私も。
Oh, damn. Oh, no. Still a child, but oh, no. Ah! Oh. No. Oh, I'm so conflicted right now.
変なことばかり言ってしまう。疲れてるのかな。
Realize it.
見間違いか。起きろ。
Oh.
これは夢だ。目覚めろ。夢の中だ。どうすれば出られる。せっかく夢だと気づけたのに。
Just jump off of something high. Ooh. Ow. Whoa! Jesus.
禰豆子。
Yes.
日輪と
My true form.
今日は山菜いっぱい取れたよ。
ずっとこうして暮らせていたはずなんだ。本当ならみんな今も元気で。俺は今日もここで炭を焼いていた。刀なんて触ることもなかった。
It's not fair.
本当なら
It's like watercolor memories. Oh. Hardest steps you have to take.
早く精神の核を破壊しなければ。
You've been waiting around a little bit, my dude.
なんという美しさ。どこまでも広い。そして暖かい。
Meanwhile, in the opposite of that.
あの気持ち悪い裸イノシシといい。ほんとどうかしてる。
Yeah, you picked the wrong person's mind to invade.
なんなんだあの金髪のガキの無意識領域は。精神の核は手探りで見つけなきゃならねえのかよ。
Yes, you have to grope him specifically. Oh!
なんで男なんかが入りここに入ってきていいのは禰豆子ちゃんだけなんだよ。
Of course, his subconscious would be like shrewd that way, because that makes a lot of sense with the way Zenitsu channels his power.
刃を持て。切るべきものはもうある。
切るべきもの。目覚めるために。夢の中の死が現実につながる。つまり切るのは自分の。
Oh. Jeez. Oh. Whew. Whew.
起きろ善逸。起きるんだ。
Wake up.
煉獄さん。
Oh, oh no.
あんたたちが来たせいで夢を見せてもらえないじゃない。
Oh.
俺は戦いに行かなきゃならないから。
Whoa.
僕が探していたから連れてきたのかい。
Helpful to the core and compassionate.
みんなを起こせ。
Of course.
なんでこいつは起きたのかな。幸せな夢や都合のいい夢を見ていたいっていう人間の欲求は凄まじいのにな。
Tanjiro chooses truth.
銃の型。形成ルテン。
Oh, here it comes.
催眠のささやき。お眠り。
No! Ugh.
眠らない。
Oh, nice.
眠れ。
Oh. They're so good at depicting that like careening motion. Whoa.
かかった瞬間にかかったことを認識して
He just keeps, oh my god. He's just live die repeating over here.
自分で自分を殺すということは相当な胆力がいる
Yeah, I mean, my dude can't be afraid of much now.
あんたが死ねばよかったのによくものうのうと生きてられるわね
Our own kid died. Oh. Oh. Oh, Jesus. Oh, well, no, it can't be. This is a dream.
手応えがほとんどない。
Yeah, I was about to say it was too easy.
あの方が柱に加えて耳飾りの君を殺せって言った気持ちすごくよくわかったよ
Oh, no.
君がすやすやと眠っている間に俺はこの汽車と融合し
Oh, what the f...
の列車の全てが俺の血であり肉であり骨となったその顔
God, all that joking up at the front, actually. It wasn't too far off.
俺にお預けさせられるかな
Oh. Like the blob.
眠っている人たちを守るんだ
There's my dude. Explosive awakening. Damn. Witness me.
伊之助がここを守ってくれるなら俺はその先へ
Oh, grody. It's funny, Tanjiro, he's got that enhanced sense of smell, and just looking at this, I'm like, I bet that smells awful. This whole thing must smell like sweat and viscera and decay.
切っても切っても俺は再生するそしてお前らが力尽きた後で200人の乗客をゆっくり食べてあげるからね
It's all the more disturbing to think that they're actually inside of this demon who's now become like a flesh tube. Oh, yeah. Let's see what Nezuko can do with this. Oh. God. This is like Resident Evil 0.
雷の呼吸一の型霹靂一閃
Yeah, buddy. That's so cool.
柱として不甲斐なし穴があったら入りたい
I like that no matter how dejected he gets, he's always got that confident smile. Oh, yes.
なんだ今の鬼の攻撃か
That was a Hashira, my friend. In action.
この汽車は8両編成だ俺は後方5両を守る残りの3両は
The yellow boy. Careful there.
君と稲頭少年はその3両の状態に注意しつつ鬼の首を探せ
でもこの鬼は
どのような形になろうとも鬼である限り首はある。俺も急所を探りながら戦う。君も気合を入れろ。
Yeah, this is your chance, Tanjiro.
手で匂いが流れて分かりづらかったが、伊之助が言うならきっと間違いない。石炭が積まれているあたりだな。
そうだ。
分かった。
The core of his soul is just right in the center of all that coal. This black-withered demon soul.
鬼の首、鬼のケツ。
Ew. Gross.
手多すぎだ。
That is too many hands.
水の呼吸。
Oh yes.
6
Go Tanjiro.
この真下が鬼の首だ。
命令すんじゃねえ。親分は俺だ。
分かった。
見てろ。
Fine.
二の牙。
I like that Tanjiro gets him enough to just be like, sure, okay, you're the leader, whatever.
骨だ。
What is that?
首の骨だ。
Oh, it's its fucked up spinal column. Ugh.
防がれた。
Oof. Oh my. Oh, wow.
Oh. 強制混沌睡眠マナコ
血気術。
Uh-oh.
眠らされる。伊之助、夢の中で自分の首を切れ。覚醒する。覚醒した。
Close him. There's got to be a way to practice like tunnel vision.
覚醒だ。早く目を覚ませ。
Oh.
夢じゃねえ、現実だ。
Oh.
じゃねえよ。つまらねえ死に方すんな。
I bet that mask is helping out.
伊之助、
夢の邪魔をする。
Ow. What?
刺されたのか。
大丈夫だ。
That's so cool. God, how much matter does this demon have at its disposal?
まずい。今眠ったら。
Like a whack-a-mole.
父さん、守ってくれ。この一撃でコネを。
Oh, jeez.
三神楽。
Whoa, no. Oh.
凄まじい断末魔と揺れが横転する。俺が死んだらあの人が人殺しになってしまう。死ねない。
Oh, Tanjiro. Oh, like the most selfless. If I die, then that guy will be a murderer, and I don't want that for him.
全集中の常駐ができるようだな。
Well done.
体の隅々まで神経を行き渡らせろ。そこだ。止血。出血を止めろ。
Oh, stop it with willpower. Oh no. Who is this? Like the bottom of the upper? Upper three. Ugh.
上限の3。 どうして今ここに
He's here to fuck shit up, dog. Oh no.
炎の呼吸二の型上り炎天
Oh, that bisect. Oh. Oh. That's like Saw 5.
話の邪魔になるかと思った。俺とお前の。
俺と君が何の話をする初対面だが俺はすでに君のことが
I can tell we have no common interests.
鬼になろう京次郎。
Ha.
俺はいかなる理由があろうとも鬼にならない。
そうか。
I like this Rengoku quite a bit.
鬼にならないなら殺す。
Jeez, there's an ultimatum for you. Oh. Oh. Damn. That's cool.
素晴らしき才能を持つ者が醜く衰えてゆく。俺は辛い。耐えられない。
Jeez.
炎の呼吸死の型声援のうねり攻撃がこちらまで来る。
Oh. CQC.
煉獄さん
ギョロギョロメンタラ
Goggle eyes.
三の型飛燕万象
Cousin of Steven. Blazing Universe. Oh, I'm starting to get nervous. Oh no, 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 no.
一の型知らない
Oh,
ここで
God.
まだお前は肉体の全盛期ではない。
Ah. Total concentration breathing, man.
1年後2年後にはさらに技が研磨され精度も上がるだろう。
Oh. Oof.
破壊さ
この型
Whoa! The details in that fight. Disorder, huh? Disorder! No.
やったか勝ったのか
I don't think so. Nope. Yeah. Oh, damn it. Oh! Whoa! Huh. Damn! Oh, and that, like, warping effect on the sides of the screen. That, like, lensing thing.
俺の責務を全うする
There's that spirit in the face.
心を燃やせ限界を超えろ
Whoa.
俺は縁柱
Yeah, you are. Annihilation. How cool. Oh my god. Oh, the twist. Jesus. Ah. It's like a mushroom cloud. Uh-huh.
なぜ自分が人よりも強く生まれたのかわかりますか？
Compound V.
弱き人を助けるためです。天から賜りし力で人を傷つけること、責任を持って果たさなければならない使命なのです。
Words to live by.
強く優しい子の母になれて幸せでした。
Whoa!
俺の方こそあなたのような人に産んでもらえて光栄だった。
無駄。信じられない力。
Yes.
早く殺してこの場を去らなければ。
No, you don't.
腕が抜けん。
He's tightening all of his abs around your arm.
夜が明ける。ここには陽光が差す。逃げなければ。逃げなければ。
Yeah, not so tough now, are you? Not so tough at dawn.
猪之助動け。煉獄さんのために。
Move your body.
早く陽光の影になるところへ。
No, grab him.
逃げるな。逃げるな、卑怯者。
Don't be a bitch.
俺はお前らから逃げてるんじゃない。
I'm clearly running from the sun. Yeah.
ついてるだろうが。あいつは間もなく力尽きて死ぬ。
Nah, you're just rational. Like you're just bargaining, dude.
煉獄さんの方がずっとすごいんだ。強いんだ。煉獄さんは負けてない。誰も死なせなかった。
Oh, dude.
勝ちだ。
Yep. And don't you forget it. Oh, even Inosuke is breaking a little bit. Oh.
腹の傷が開く。君も軽傷じゃないんだ。
Always looking out.
俺のせいか。歴代の縁柱が残した手記があるはずだ。父はよくそれを読んでいたが、俺は読まなかったから内容がわからない。
Interesting.
弟の千次郎には
Oh.
自分の心のまま正しいと思う道を進むように伝えてほしい。
God, and just like the warmth, and you can like see the sunlight shining through his skin.
俺は君の妹を信じる。鬼殺隊の一員として認める。
Oh.
己の弱さや不甲斐なさにどれだけ打ちのめされようと心を燃やせ。
Oh.
もっともっと成長しろ。君たちが鬼殺隊を支える柱となるのだ。俺は信じる。君たちを信じる。
Oh, jeez, that focus pulling. Oh, what a gorgeous shot.
果たすべきことを全うできましたか。
立派にできましたよ。
Be at peace.
こんなところでつまずいているような俺は
Oh.
煉獄さんみたいになれるのかな。
Oh, Inosuke.
安くても楽したね。どんなに惨めでも恥ずかしくても。
Dude.
じゃあ被り物から溢れるくらい涙出てるし。
Oh! My eyes are sweating. God, and he's just still sitting there. Jesus. Oh, look how torn up the ground is.
近いうちに京次郎やみんなのいる黄泉の国へ行くだろうから。
Mm. Wow. What a note to end on. I mean, obviously, you know, there's gonna be more, but still. It's an interesting, like, somber tone to leave off on. Makes it feel like the whole movie's dedicated to him, to Rengoku. They get good music for these, man. These themes are rousing. He's a very cool character. I mean, like we met him briefly in the first season, I feel like, and then, to really, I mean, in a lot of ways, this is kind of his movie. I mean, Tanjiro and company certainly are on the journey, certainly have a lot to learn, but like I feel like he is the centerpiece. He is the sort of core soul of this movie, and it's like the top ranking guy like just tore through the veil of everything the whole situation we'd just been in with lower one or whatever that was, and he pierced the core of his soul. And it's interesting too the way that these songs, I mean, I'm sitting here watching the credits and they're like lyrics, but it's interesting the way that these songs they go out of their way, I feel like, in a more direct sense than we do here with various things, to like really make sure that the themes of the music match the themes of what you're watching. There's a lot of perseverance, and there's a lot of grappling with grief, appealing to the strength deep within. I feel like that's a heavy theme in a lot of anime things, and especially here is the sort of dig deep, like what does it take to dig deep? What is your motivation for digging deep? What touchstone can you call upon? Loved his sword too. I mean, his whole look is great. Like I like the designs of the Hashira and the demons too. I mean, like the designs of everything are really gorgeous in this show, but yeah, like to spend so much time with the Flame Hashira and to have, all these different, just like, the design of his eyes, the color of his eyes, the different shades in his hair, the hilt of the sword and everything. All right. That's all she wrote. Let's chitty chat about it. All right, my friends, we did it. We did it. We rode the Mugen train at long last. It's almost funny to be here now after so much time and thinking back on the early stages of the pandemic when this movie was like tearing up the box office, when there was literally almost no box office to tear up. But yeah, man, I had a great time with this. I really enjoyed this. I mean, I feel like one of the first questions that comes to anyone's mind when you're dealing with an anime movie or a movie based on anything that, is from an episodic format to one degree or another, I feel like the question looms, is it just like one long episode or does it really feel like a movie? And I think this movie did a nice job at least bridging the gap and kind of coming towards the middle of that for me. I mean, I feel like, looking at the show, and from what I understand, this is like the first chunk of season 2 is like a semi-expanded version of this, which I find almost ironic that there is, that this movie can be seen in an elongated form as if a movie wasn't the whole kind of place to do that. And as such, I mean, I am curious to know what was taken out and what will be added back by that experience. And hey, if anybody is a patron, and I imagine we will continue with season 2, let me know what you want to see. If you want to see, those episodes again with all that added context, or if I should just, watch the first episode and then catch up with the rest on my own time until it's new stuff and then go from there. But that's a sidebar. But yeah, it's interesting because, to know that this does exist in the episodic format, with, I'm sure, some of the flourishes that are unique to that, side of the medium. I thought this did, again, nicely to justify itself as a movie. I'm kind of torn, actually. I mean, I feel like, in some ways, knowing how arcs on Demon Slayer are, this definitely feels like it. I could easily see how you could dice this up and make this arc a compilation. However, I thought this as a story for the movie theaters was nice because it, hones in on the core of these characters. And in a way, it is very much Rengoku or Kyojuro's movie. I mean, so much of the focus is on him. We're meeting him ostensibly, at least intimately, for the first time. We've seen him in the past. We've got a taste of him, but this is the first time we're really like spending with him. And I feel like there is a tendency, at least thinking back on some of the other like anime spin-off movies that we've seen, to kind of highlight a side or a sort of spoken of character and make it, a vignette mostly about them for the main arc of the story, but then also, showing how it enhances the journeys of our heroes who are, going to be the through lines of the show and whatnot. And as such, I mean, I got really pulled into his story, and I really liked the motif, the device of the dreams, and that was something that felt kind of especially cinematic. Like, I really enjoyed the way at the outset, you meet him, he's eating the food, delicious. It's like a quirky situation, picking up from right where we left off at the end of season 1 with them on the train platform, evading the police. And then, you get right into this demon fight, and, as first it's like, okay, we're wasting no time. They triumph, and then they all take a nap, and everything's great. And of course, it's a little too easy, and then you break into this motif of the dreams, which makes way for a lot of fun and games and a lot of imaginative, chaos and craziness and disturbing imagery that anime is so good at delivering. But it also, is tied into the roots of the characters, and it's also revealing of the characters. And I appreciated that we saw, this glimpse into Kyojuro's past, but through the lens of this dream, so that you can't 100% tell if it's even real per se, but it is indicative of, what's truly inside. And I like that, even though you have this really dejected moment, this really discouraging moment between Kyojuro and his father, I'm going to use his names interchangeably, so I hope no one gets confused. But yeah, like seeing this heart-crunching moment where he's like, I've made it to this, huge milestone. I am, the Flame Hashira, I achieved, one of the highest achievements, that I could have, and his father's like, I don't think it's going to make a difference. I don't make a difference. You don't make a difference. I don't really care, and it's so heartrending, and it informs so much of the rest of the movie, because then you get those subsequent moments showing the love from his mother and that bond that really fills that void left by his father, and also the way he seeks to empower his little brother. Like, his dream and Tanjiro's dream are quite similar, I feel like, in that they're both at home, and they're both with the realities and some of the more idealized aspects of their lives back at home. And I love how he empowers his little brother. He says, even though, hey, dad wasn't receptive to what I just told him at all, I'm still really proud of you, and no matter what you choose to do with your life, I'm going to be supporting you, and we together, even if we're apart, we're going to achieve. Like, that was really lovely. And then to see that transfer onto Tanjiro and Zenitsu and Inosuke through this experience, and despite their initial reluctance, I think was really nice and a lot of fun. And by the end, it's funny, I was like, I wanted the tears. I was almost there. I really, really, really was moved by the end by his journey. And again, like, they're so good at doing that in anime especially, and a lot of shonen has those recurring themes of perseverance and sort of confronting and embracing your core traumas and using them as fuel to push yourself past your limits and to achieve. And so like, by the end, I just really love that brotherly bond and the way he takes them under his wing, and the way that you can tell that his quirkiness, while funny and kind of odd, is built on something real. It's like he's unflappable, he's determined, he's a little above it all, but in a sense, it makes sense, and he does, manage to raise each of, our heroes up with that. And I like the way that he and Tanjiro, like, there's that whole thing about, like, the water Hashira and the fire Hashira, like, side by side, and even though, right now it's not, like, official, even though it's whatever he said, it's been, like, so long since that's been the case that there have been, but one of each side by side, as members, of the main, active Hashira, getting to see them together and getting to see Tanjiro switch back and forth between his water breathing techniques as well as the flame techniques, like, was really, really gratifying. And then, you see Kyojuro setting the example, just with, again, that being his expertise. But again, like, even the use of the elements, I mean, there's so many beautiful and amazing looking fire effects, and I really like that. It's like, as you're exploring everyone's dream, you're getting a glimpse into how they see life and what's valuable to them. And I really like the mechanics of how the dreams worked. I thought this had a really nice grip on that too, where they have these fantasies that people are lulled into, and people want to believe in some kind of idealized fantasy, but it's not infinite, and beyond that, barrier or the periphery, the edge, is, basically their subconscious, where the essence of their soul is. And so I love that dividing line between, like, if you just kill yourself yourself in the dream or you get killed in the dream and you're just in the bubble, you'll probably just wake up and you're fine. But yeah, if somebody really pierces beneath to the core of your soul, like, it's a cool astral concept, and yeah, the way they realized that for everybody, I thought was really nice, because yeah, you get obviously Inosuke. Like, Inosuke and Zenitsu are mostly supporting, humorous, like, they're here to provide humor and badassness in this movie. They don't get much in terms of the character meat or growth, which is fine, because I really enjoyed both of their moments. I mean, Zenitsu always cracks me up with his like cowardly antics, although here, I mean, it was more badass Zenitsu, more just of him in the trance. And I appreciate, again, the way that they're able to expand on and justify things like that, because in a breath, as much as I enjoy it, it is like, man, this guy is like, in his waking form, just so ill-suited to this. And yet, yeah, when he blacks out, he is just deadly. And I loved that, based on what we know about his backstory and his training and everything, his subconscious is essentially just this darkened void with no anything, like no even echoes of love, just him. It's the opposite of the coward on the inside. It's the on edge, like paranoid, like nobody's supposed to be in here except for Nezuko. And of course he's chasing Nezuko around, and Nezuko too. I mean, like, she gets accepted by the end, which I really appreciated, and even though nobody's gonna hear that, it was very gratifying to have her join in the fight, just continue on her mission of protecting any and all humans, and being a major asset in terms of fighting with the actual demons. But yeah, like, that was very gratifying, and yeah, just to see into especially Tanjiro's dreams, because we spend, the most time there. And again, man, like, the way that they capture the elements, like, I love the prologue and the epilogue to this movie, and that's another thing that made it feel very cinematic, was having these somber tones to begin and end the movie. The toll, it's like, we're going to see a lot of badass demon fighting, obviously, and we're going to see some crazy blood demon art, and we're going to see some crazy imaginative stuff, but at the beginning and end, it's really honed in on the toll. And I liked that. I always forget Oyakata-sama, there you go. I always, that's one of the ones I have to commit full on to memory. But yeah, I really like that they start with him being reflective, and I mean, he's dying, he's got this, corrosive disease, and he's reflecting on the fact that, yeah, like, there are more demon attacks, and, so many people are going out there and fighting and dying for this, and this mission with the train, as we later find out, has swallowed up so many people and so many demon slayers, and, just feeling the weight of that, and the way that which, he feels, obviously, like he is the sort of guiding force of this, and as such, people are sort of fighting a communal battle, but his battle, certainly, as it is organized here. And yeah, to have him feeling that toll as a father would his children he's sending off to war, essentially. Like, I really like that tone, and then coming to the end, where, like, even as Kyojuro is bleeding out on the ground, he still finds the smile, and he still finds the means to, encourage Tanjiro and the others to go on. And, even despite, the toll, and even despite what's hard about it. And I love that it all culminates with Lower 3. Because, too, I mean, what this is doing for the show is setting up, the 12 Kizuki even that much more. We've seen a couple of them up until now, and those have always been really striking, really unique battles, and with, very interesting motifs and whatnot. But yeah, here I feel like we're showing, okay, so once we get to the top of the lower ranks, basically, or at least the remaining lower ranks, we see just how formidable that can be. But then you also set the stage for the upper ranks, and just how much more impossible that seems. And so yeah, as the journey of Kyojuro through this, and ultimately meeting this match of, like, one of the, elitist of the elite villains, like, I thought that story was really satisfying and really nicely done. And again, like, our heroes are more apprentices through that, but it does, again, touch on the core of their journey and the mortality that they face all the time. And yeah, like, Kyojuro represents something that I think all of them don't have. I mean, for Tanjiro, it's like having a brother figure who is, like, familial, and who can impart wisdom, who can be like a mentor in that way. It's like his dream takes him back to his family, to being at home, to the simple life, to what he should be doing despite all of this, but what he cannot lull into, what he can't go back to and what he can't hold on to so strongly that he's, you know, not able to move forward. And you know, you have such these warm little tones with that, and it highlights that contrast. And then yeah, you have Kyojuro to kind of fill that in the present. And even though, you know, it's very painful at the end, like everybody cries because everybody was touched by this guy. And yeah, like Zenitsu and Inosuke too, like the traumas and the you know, loneliness and, you know, the sort of ostracization, that's a random ass word, but yeah, like the ways in which they've been shunned in the past, they all have a reason to gravitate towards this guy. And especially after that initial display of, you know, demon slaying where they're all just so enamored. Like, yeah, it was nice to see them all really get at least a little bit of emotional sort of fill up from that. Because, yeah, when it comes right down to it, like, I like that you have this twofold approach from the demons, like with I think his name Enmu, you know, upper or lower one, you know, his whole thing about like, you know, humans are selfish and they want to, you know, believe in, you know, these very satisfying fantasies, and that's the perfect way to slip away in a delusion that is pleasant, and you know, it won't even matter, I'm doing you a favor, this is going to be nice, and you can see, like, I love that too. Are they kids or are they adults, the people who are, you know, like tying them up with the ropes? And even that I thought was like a cool motif to get them, you know, into the dreams so that they can, you know, break in and do the damage they have to do. And yeah, just like that whole idea that people will willingly go that way, and then watching as each of our characters' core motivations arise. I mean, yeah, we get those glimpses into their subconsciousness, but each of them, you know, does it a different way. It's like Inosuke, he just like runs the whole onslaught off. Like, you picked with the wrong dude, wrong dream, and you know, eventually is woken up by Nezuko. But yeah, he puts up a strong fight, and Zenitsu obviously is like very disconcerting in the way only he could be. But I love the contrast with Tanjiro, the way he leads the guy to it, and basically with compassion and love shows him the fragility and the beauty of the thing he's about to destroy, and he overcomes the guy with emotion, and he truly like he doesn't just like fight the guy off, he like kind of cures something within that guy that you know left him vulnerable to this fiendish want for the sleep, for the dream, for the escape from his real circumstances, the tuberculosis or whatever that was. And then yeah, to bring that, you know, for them to vanquish, you know, this crazy, you know, dream-inducing train villain, and of course you get your kaiju battle with your crazy-ass eyes. I really like the body horror stuff with that character in particular, and it's interesting too. I mean, this show obviously has a lot of cutting-edge blending of drawn animation and CG animation, and there are always things I really appreciate about it, and there are always things that I feel like we're not quite 100% seamless with yet. But I mean, this is something that, yeah, I'm like, I get why they CG'd it. And I do, again, I go back and forth because some of the things, especially with the tentacles and the eyes, it's like you can get reflections and textures and things that you can't in the same way as animation. And I do appreciate that they kind of use lighting and shading and line work to make it look as if it's kind of in that style of hand-drawn. But I feel like it often falls somewhere in the middle, and I can't exactly tell why, if that's like literally the design choice or if it's just because your eye knows. But I did think a lot of what they did on the train still was spectacular. It definitely reminded me of like Resident Evil 0, like being on the train with like huge and icky bio creations, but yeah, with a more philosophical angle. And I always love the way, especially the big villain, the big like Kizuki characters like fade off and have these like soliloquies at the end, these sort of despairing soliloquies, and there's always this sort of compassionate but, you know, melancholy moment as they fade off. And so yeah, you have that initial attack, that onslaught, basically saying, yeah, these humans are selfish and they're going to, you know, want to succumb to this. It'll be easy as pie. And then each of them, or at least Tanjiro and Kyojuro, sort of standing up in their own way. And it's like, he is so strong, he is so finely tuned and trained that, you know, he doesn't wake up right away, but he does have just like spider sense enough to pin, you know, the one girl against, you know, just kind of hold her up up there and stop the attack. And then Tanjiro, like, I love that he sees his reflection in water. That's his, main technique. I really enjoyed that. That's kind of what helps wake him up. Just a nice flourish, a nice in-character flourish. And yeah, the ways in which then they spread that to Zenitsu and Inosuke, and they're able to just walk that, fragile line with the theme, because then you get to upper three, sorry. You get to upper three, and his whole thing is like, as he's fighting Rengoku, he's like, you are elite, you are one of the best, you should be immortal, because think how much better you could be. Like, I love that touch of him trying to persuade him, trying to get him on the team. Like, hey, how much more would Muzan Kibutsuji reward me for bringing in one of the toughest of our enemies? Like, I loved that, and the way that it comes down to the sunrise, and after this whole philosophical debate, Kyojuro puts up like the ultimate fight, and the guy bitches out and runs off into the woods. And I mean, of course, what else would he have done? But oh man, like, it's the perfect kind of like maddening, and also too, again, you're like, oh, with Kyojuro with Rengoku's help, like, this was, like, without the sun, it probably would have been a failure, or he would have probably died anyway. So, like, what chance do we have moving forward? And that's a great builder of stakes. So yeah, man, I thought this did really nicely to bring all those things you like about Demon Slayer, all the crazy techniques they throw down, and the animation flourishes, and again, those applying to the action sequences, and that sense of motion and vitality and grit and intensity, the horror stuff, the body horror stuff, the suspenseful stuff, but also the beautiful landscape. I mean, like, that opening on just trees and then this like valley of tombstones was like haunting and striking. And I love the way they portray the elements, POV shots and things like that. There's really sophisticated animation. There's some lovely music as well throughout, good sound effects and whatnot. And I mean, this voice cast, I think, always does a great job. I always really enjoy them. It's got to be hell on a few of those characters' vocal cords. But yeah, like the inhabitants of the train, I thought were nice and eerie. Each of the, both of the demons, it's like the first one is the big showy one, and then the second one is the philosophical one. And I thought that fit well. Like, the more I think about it, the more, as much as I can see how this divides up into, episodes of a series, the more I do appreciate this as a movie. And I do think that maybe even if it doesn't 100% not feel something like an episode, it does feel pretty much like a movie overall. And again, yeah, just like some of those watercolor flourishes and things like that, and some of those memories, and just that switcheroo, that sort of idea of like, we get on the train, we have a bit of fun, we throw down with some demons, and it's badass and cool, but wait, that's not actually what we're dealing with. That's not actually what's going on in the Mugen train. And yeah, like, I really appreciated that left turn into psychology and into the roots of these characters, and into, again, like, a good means of establishing, the common themes that we explore in a show like this, or in stories like this, through, shonen and whatnot. And yeah, I'm a very satisfied Demon Slayer fan. Also enjoyed that Rengoku is not able to expound at all on Tanjiro's father's Kagura dance, but I'm curious about that. Like, that keeps popping up. I assume that's the guy who keeps popping up and like giving him mystic guidance with like the throat slash and everything is his dad, right? But yeah, that was interesting. And two, what's gonna happen with his his unlucky sword? Is he gonna get a new sword and then become a Hashira once he doesn't have the black sword? I mean, the black sword is pretty badass. The guy just ran off with his sword. Everybody got at least a moment. Again, as much as especially Zenitsu and Inosuke and Nezuko are not really the focus here. They're mostly just, physical supporting characters, occasionally comedic supporting characters. I thought their presence was still very much appreciated. I loved, again, what Rengoku did for all of them, and just kind of witnessing and beholding his character, and sort of feeling, too, like they're good at giving you the perspective of putting you in our hero's perspective, where he is kind of larger than life, but you do look at him and you're like, man, I can learn from this dude, So yeah, man, I thought this was really, really cool, and I'm curious to hear what you all thought. So hey, leave me any of your thoughts, any trivia, anything that I missed or that you want to expound upon. And hey, if you like this reaction, you want to see more, you can check out Season 1 over at Patreon. I believe there are watch-alongs where you sync up your own copy, and reaction highlights for most, if not everything, of Season 1. And we will, I believe, be going to Season 2 pretty quickly after this is posted. So yeah, come join us over there if you're interested. And much love for now. And as always, cheers. Chris Wamoff, I wanted to do a shout out for this video, and if anybody at our Patreon embodies the spirit of the hero of this show, I'm not even sure if you watch Demon Slayer, my friend, but I mean, look, Tanjiro, even in the midst of slaying a demon, is still trying to do something good, give them a moment of peace. I feel like that's how you would approach some kind of badass mantle of like slaying, you know, supernatural creatures or whatever. You'd still do it with a compassion in your heart, because that's just how good of a guy you are. I want to know what your element would be. I want to see what your costume would be like, what kind of sword you have, my dude. And I'm happy that we know you. I'm happy that you're here with us, and I hope that you're doing well. Much love, buddy, and stay safe out there.